Carlos's coffee company's premium customers had unusual order patterns. Normal coffee buyers would order in pounds, but VIP customers were ordering tons in single shipments. Where was Carlos sending these massive orders? And what was he really selling? Carlos Mendoza was South America's most successful coffee entrepreneur. CEO of Mendoza Coffee Corporation, 49 years old, known for his farm-to-cup excellence slogan. He owned 50,000 acres of coffee plantations in the Colombian mountains. He exported premium organic coffee worldwide. The company's success story was impressive. Distribution in 40 countries. $600 million annual revenue. Sustainable farming practices certification. Celebrity chef endorsements. Carlos was an inspiring figure in the media, from humble farmer to international coffee king. But logistics coordinator Sarah Martinez was beginning to notice strange patterns in shipment data. Regular customers made normal coffee orders. Local coffee shops, 50 to 100 pounds monthly. Restaurant chains, 200 to 500 pounds quarterly. Supermarket chains, 1,000 to 2,000 pounds monthly standard business orders. But the premium VIP customer category was completely different. Single orders, 10 to 50 tons per shipment. Frequency, weekly massive deliveries. Destinations, unusual locations. Ports, warehouses, remote facilities. Payment, always cash advance, no credit terms. This doesn't make sense, Sarah told her colleague Miguel. Who needs 50 tons of coffee at once? Miguel shrugged. Maybe industrial clients? Hotel chains? But Sarah investigated the customer addresses. Most hotels were actually empty warehouses. Most restaurant chains were shell companies. Carlos's VIP customers existed on paper, but their real business operations were a mystery. Sarah's curiosity was aroused. Company policy prohibited questioning VIP orders, but something felt wrong. Sarah couldn't do deeper investigation in the company systems, but she could make casual observations in the shipping yard. Normal coffee shipments were packaged in standard bags, 50-pound burlap sacks with Mendoza Premium Colombian Coffee labels. But VIP shipments received different handling. Special warehouse separate from regular operations. Limited access, only Carlos and trusted supervisors. Different packaging, sealed metal containers. No quality testing. Regular coffee was tested every batch. Night loading. VIP shipments were always loaded at midnight. Sarah began asking casual questions to warehouse workers. Heavy work-loading VIP orders? Sigh, very heavy, but good pay for night shift. Must smell amazing, all that coffee. The worker paused, looked confused. Actually, no coffee smell from VIP containers. Sarah was shocked. No coffee smell in a coffee shipment? She tried a different approach. She gained access to shipping manifests. The discovery was disturbing. The weight-to-volume ratio of VIP shipments was wrong. Coffee density was standard, but VIP containers were much denser than coffee should be. She did a mathematical calculation. Normal coffee, 1.2 pounds per cubic foot. VIP shipments, 3.8 pounds per cubic foot. What's 3 times denser than coffee? Sarah wondered. She researched the density of different substances. Sugar, 1.6 pounds per cubic foot. Flour, 1.4 pounds per cubic foot. Cocaine, 3.9 pounds per cubic foot. Sarah's blood went cold. Sarah had entered dangerous territory, but she couldn't turn back. She needed to collect evidence. She stayed late at the office for deeper access to the VIP customer database. Security was minimal after hours. The VIP customer files revealed disturbing patterns. customer locations. Miami, port warehouse, known drug trafficking hub. Los Angeles, industrial facility, suspicious ownership. New York, restaurant supply company, no actual restaurants served. European ports, shell companies with no legitimate business payment patterns, always cash payments through offshore banks, no traditional business credit checks. Payments often came before orders, unusual for legitimate business. The most shocking discovery: customer contact information. Phone numbers traced back to known cartel associates, names matched DEA watch lists for drug trafficking suspects. Sarah realized Carlos's VIP customers weren't coffee buyers. They were drug distribution networks. But she still needed proof of what the actual product was. On the weekend, she drove to the plantation. Public tours were available, perfect cover for casual inspection. The tour guide enthusiastically explained coffee production. Mr. Mendoza maintains the highest quality standards. Every bean tested, every process monitored. But Sarah noticed the tour avoided certain buildings. What's in that facility? Private processing, VIP product preparation. Can we see? Sorry, proprietary processes, company secrets. Sarah made a mental map. The VIP facility was separate from regular coffee processing, had heavy security, no windows. After the tour, Sarah waited in the parking lot. When the night shift began, she observed the activity. Different workers arrived, not regular coffee plantation employees. These workers looked like security personnel, some with visible weapons. Trucks arrived with unmarked cargo. But smell test, no coffee aroma. Instead, there was a chemical smell, industrial processing smell. Sarah was convinced Carlos was processing cocaine in the coffee facility. Sarah sent an anonymous tip to the DEA. Agent Rodriguez began investigating the case. This fits a pattern we've been tracking, Agent Rodriguez told his team. Colombian cartels using legitimate business fronts. The DEA did a background check on Carlos Mendoza. The discovery was significant. Carlos's father, Eduardo Mendoza, was a business associate of Pablo Escobar in the 1990s. Officially, coffee trading. But the DEA suspected cocaine trafficking involvement. Eduardo disappeared in 1993 after Escobar's death. Carlos inherited the plantation at age 19. Like father, like son, Agent Rodriguez noted. The DEA began a surveillance operation. Undercover agents tried to infiltrate Carlos's distribution network. Agent Martinez posed as a coffee buyer and requested a massive order. Mr. Mendoza, I represent a hotel chain. We need 20 tons of premium coffee monthly. Carlos was interested but careful. What kind of hotels? Luxury resorts, Caribbean market. Carlos smiled. Ah, Caribbean. Special market. Special products needed. Special products? Our premium blend. Very potent. Very pure. Higher price, but worth it. Agent Martinez was recording everything with a wire. Carlos continued. Caribbean customers appreciate quality. No questions asked about processing methods. Clear implication, Carlos was selling drugs, not coffee. But the DEA needed physical evidence for conviction. A coordinated raid was planned on the plantation's VIP facility. The DEA executed an early morning raid. Multiple teams simultaneously hit the plantation, processing facility, and distribution warehouses. When Carlos was arrested in his office, he was shocked. This is a legitimate business, coffee export. We'll see about that, Agent Rodriguez replied. The search of the VIP processing facility revealed incredible evidence. 50 tons of pure cocaine hidden in coffee container shells, industrial cocaine processing equipment, chemical supplies for drug purification, weapons cache for operation protection. financial records showing $2 billion drug revenue. Carlos's coffee plantation was the perfect cover for a massive cocaine operation. Technical analysis showed a sophisticated system. Regular coffee production was legitimate, actually good quality coffee. VIP facility was a separate cocaine processing operation. Coffee shipments were mixed with drug shipments, camouflage. Distribution network used coffee business legitimacy. Carlos's drug empire rivaled the scale of Pablo Escobar's operation. The trial was a media sensation. Coffee King was Cocaine King. The evidence was overwhelming. $2 billion in drug revenue over 10 years, 40-country distribution network, 500-plus cartel employees disguised as plantation workers, international money laundering through coffee business. Carlos's defense was hopeless. "I'm a legitimate coffee farmer." Coffee farming is legitimate, the prosecutor agreed. Cocaine trafficking is illegal. Carlos received a life sentence in federal prison. The coffee plantation was seized. Legitimate operations continued under new management. Regular employees kept their jobs. The criminal network was dismantled. Sarah received a commendation from the DEA. Observational skills prevented massive drug distribution. Carlos's arrest was a major blow to Colombian drug trafficking, but other cartels quickly tried to fill the void. Carlos was in federal prison at maximum security, but an unexpected transformation began years later. He began participating in the prison agriculture program. He learned actual legitimate farming skills. "I always loved coffee," he wrote in his prison diary, "but I corrupted beautiful agriculture with ugly crime." Carlos realized the family legacy was drug trafficking, but the agriculture knowledge was genuine. He made a request to the prison counselor. "I want to teach legitimate farming techniques to inmates." "Why should we trust you?" "Because I know the difference between real farming and crime cover. I can teach both what to do and what not to do." Permission was granted for a limited agriculture education program. Carlos taught inmates authentic coffee farming, sustainable growing practices, quality control methods, ethical business operations, legal international trade procedures. "Real coffee farming is a noble profession," Carlos explained. "I dishonored it with crime. You can honor it with legitimate work." The prison program was successful. Released inmates started legitimate agriculture businesses using Carlos's teaching. DEA agent Rodriguez later visited Carlos. "Your cooperation helped dismantle cartel networks. Lives were saved." Carlos reflected, "My father taught me the wrong path. I chose to continue the wrong path, but knowledge can serve the right path too." Carlos's nephew, Juan Mendoza, took over the legitimate coffee plantation operations after DEA clearance. He operates with the authentic farming practices Carlos taught from prison. "Uncle Carlos taught me real coffee farming in letters," Juan said. "Growing an honest crop, not covering a criminal crop." Juan's legitimate coffee business is thriving, using authentic sustainable practices without criminal activity. Carlos Mendoza's story shows that legitimate business can be corrupted for crime, but also reclaimed for authentic purpose. Carlos used coffee plantation expertise to hide cocaine trafficking, used agricultural knowledge to enable destruction, but ultimately learned that farming should nurture life, not destroy it. Sarah showed that careful observation and questioning authority can expose dangerous deceptions. Attention to details saves communities. Iron will in agriculture. Grow crops that feed people, not destroy them. Use Earth's gifts for healing, not harming. A real farmer serves the community through honest work, not criminal work. Plants seeds of hope, not addiction. Carlos learned in prison, authentic agriculture creates life. Corrupted agriculture destroys it. Iron will, true farming feeds the world. It doesn't poison it. Subscribe for more Iron Will Authentic Agriculture Stories.